To more good news for many as we approach Valentine's Day. Might be a little warm. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich on what we are in store for after this gloomy day. Brad.
Yeah, look at that snow up in the North Carolina mountains today. It came late in the afternoon. Boy, it was a heavy burst. If you're above 3,500 feet, areas like Beech Mountain, Sugar Mountain, Grandfather Mountain, those areas really got a huge amount of snow in a short period of time. Just didn't snow very long, so ended up being around 2 to 4 inches at the highest elevations. There's our upper low pulling away, so all that is stopped out there tonight, and we're beginning to clear things out. The low pressure system exiting the region. Clear skies tonight. No refreeze overnight for the Piedmont. So if you're worried about black ice in the morning, it's really not an issue outside of the mountains. The mountains will be the only area where we'll get near freezing in the morning, and then a quick warm up with temperatures back into the 60s by the afternoon. Now the rain chances, they start to go up in the middle of the week. That's when we're going to see some really warm conditions start to develop as we go towards the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday time frame. You see the next 3 days, we actually get a couple days to dry out. Late Thursday into Friday. Now the timing might actually work out in our favor. The fact that this cold front is going to get here during the coolest time of the day, overnight Wednesday into Thursday, might keep the severe weather risk down because there is a risk with this system. You can already see on Wednesday, we've got that low risk kind of painted here across Arkansas, Missouri, down into western parts of Mississippi, Texas, even into western Tennessee. Now, as we go into Thursday, that threat extends from the Great Lakes down to the south. But you see on Friday, it kind of disappears because basically the system will be weakening as it pushes in. But this is often the case with these type of setups. It's going to be a close call. And so we're going to keep a close eye on that Wednesday night, Thursday time frame because there's the front right there. 4 o'clock in the morning starts to move into the mountains. If that timing holds true, that would work in our favor. But if it would speed up, maybe get here a little sooner and then affect Thursday. If it slows down and is more into Friday afternoon, then you have more heat, humidity, you have thunderstorm fuel for those storms to build off of, and then it becomes a much bigger issue. Then it will cool down again for the weekend as temperatures get back near average for Saturday into Sunday. So looking at that severe weather risk, you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no concerns, actually no rain at all. And right now it's a very low end risk, probably the lowest of low for Thursday, Friday, but stay tuned. We'll keep an eye on this system. Again, the timing is everything. As we get closer to the end of the week, we'll have a better idea on whether or not we'll see timing that's more favorable or less favorable for a severe weather risk. Now, allergies, I felt them already. You probably felt them as well. You're not alone. The trees are running a good 3-4 weeks ahead of schedule, 20 plus days above normal for the trees beginning to bud. Typically, early March, late February at the earliest is when we start to see the grass growing because that's when the soil temperatures warm up, trees starting to bud, a lot of flowers coming up. Because it's been so warm since the beginning of the year, we're starting to see all of this happen at once. So the tree pollen is starting to pop up in our pollen forecast. And normally I wouldn't start showing this until early March, but we're seeing medium to high levels already of trees. And the main trees right now, juniper, elm, cedar. And this is the thing, this doesn't mean it ends earlier. Some of the species of trees will start now. It just stretches the season out much longer. Now, as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours, we'll keep an eye on that next system. That's the one heading our way that eventually could wash some of that pollen out. But long term, there's no sign of winter. This weekend was near average. That's about as cool as it's going to be in the next 7 to 10 days. So your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast shows really mild conditions this week. In fact, we could be in the low 70s again Thursday. And even though it briefly cools down a little bit Saturday, we're right back into the upper 60s and low 70s for most of next week as our very warm winter continues here in the Carolinas.
Be nice to see that sunshine back tomorrow. Thanks, Brad.